Here's the Manie Libbok rant, not rant and rave. We know what we're getting with Manie Libbok. We do. So we know that he struggles to kick for poles. It's not a technique thing. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but we know that there is that issue. So when we pick him, we're very cognizant of that fact. And I don't think we should have gone for those 3 points. I think it was a tough kick for anyone to hit, to be honest. Andre Pollard's was actually probably on the same distance, and it hit the crossbar and went over. His actually had the distance but went right. So it was a tough penalty. Now, should a world-class goal kicker get that penalty? And do they? Probably. Yes, they do. The one conversion came off the posts, so inches away. A different day, Pollard's one bounced off the crossbar back in a different way. Manie Libbok hits the post 2 centimeters that way, and it glints to the post and in. Those are the margins we talk about. So, missed 5 points. Left 5 points out there. He also did not miss a tackle. And 2 conversions, of which the one for Chesney Colby is pretty good. I was quite happy with that. And that try assist was really good. Could Andre Pollard do that try assist? Probably, he could on a day, but you don't know that he would. But the difference is, you get that penalty advantage, you swing it wide. When Manie Libbok's got that ball in their hand, you know what's happening. You know he's gonna get that cross kick right, and he got it pinpoint. So, I think that the problem with Manie today as well, as I don't think our pack managed to dominate as well. We didn't really use the back line, especially in the first half. We didn't really have opportunity to. We kept it quite tight in the forwards, and we went to the boot a lot and kicked to contest and the likes. So you know what you're getting from him, and you're gonna look at him, and there is this whole rhetoric. He missed a kick, therefore he's the worst possible player to play. That try assist, not everybody can do, and that's a fact. So that's why he's in the team, for those moments, for moments where he can do what the other options can't do. And you've got to then negotiate that. So, for example, in that second test against Argentina, where Jaden Henderson, for example, took the kicking for poles and kicked well, and Manie Libbok's just being the general, you can absolutely boss it. So you've got to decide what you want on the day. Much like last year against Scotland, where I think he missed 3 kicks, got man of the match, because he was just simply sensational, the way he was dictating play and stuff like that. So he still has a very promising Bok future. They're not going to bin him. I don't think they're going to bin him. And it's good that, the general public aren't the coaches of the Boks, because they will stick with him. Because there are other options. And Rusty's always said, there are other options. And I go back to when Siya Kolisi had that whole speech about him, and he said, he is so much more than that. And he came to me and he said, you guys don't understand what he does in the field. And I've watched him once, and I was blown away by the way he marshaled defenses. I've watched, whenever I go watch a rugby game, I love watching a 10 and seeing which 10s, the way 10s do it. And I'm very upset I never got to watch Johnny Sexton, because he was someone apparently when you watch him live, you just see what he does. And he does bring that. So the goal kicking is an issue. There's no doubt about that. We know it's an issue. And you've got to decide, is it an issue you can live with? Or is it an issue you can't live with? Now, in a World Cup final, you're probably not going to go with Manie Libbok. A game like today, where I think if we had better front foot ball, he can create a lot of points. He left 5 points out, created 7. Well, created 5 and then got the 7. So you could argue it's actually 2 points in the good. Because you don't know if anybody else tries that cross kick comes off. And even if it's penalty advantage, there's no guarantee you're going to go score a try. So, you can't matter of factly say somebody else would have done that. So lots of people just like to hate him for the sake of it. And if that's the issue. And the funny thing is, everybody's saying he's a 10. Butch James didn't kick for poles. We won a World Cup, just by the way. Look at how often we've seen Bowden Barrett at 10, not kicking for poles. Romain Ntimak was one of the former players in World Rugby playing at 10, didn't kick for poles. So I'm not going to go through that whole, he's a 10, he should be able to kick. Because we know the situation. Just like, for example, when you pick Kwagga Smith, you know you're not going to get the bruising carries of Jasper Wiese, you're going to get the turnovers. It's picking, a Jesse Creel versus Lukhanyo. The best defensive outside centre in the world, or Lekanya, who might not be quite at the same level of defense, very good outside centre, but has the creativity. So you know what you get with him. And I felt sorry for him because I felt we didn't manage to give him the platform to really use it. But yeah, it wasn't his best game. Anyway, I'm going to give him a 5. I don't think he was as bad as everybody has to say. I appreciate that. So there we go. People have said he actually wasn't as bad. I don't think he was as bad. And to be fair, I suppose the small section of people that really doubt him are the ones that are going to be the loudest in comments and on forum and stuff like that. I think he struggled today at times, but I think he had some really nice touches at other times. And that's always the toss-up, isn't it? But yeah, that was me for Manie Libbok. I'd love to see him against Wales, to be honest, and let him cook.